Hello, I'm MTS-255 and this is a guide to Call of Duty Ghost Extinction, first point of contact, all of the weapon locations, because you probably missed at least a few of these, even if you played Extinction quite a few times, and it's handy just to know where they all are so you can do the challenges, and just so you can find your favourite weapon and stuff. So, first of all, we're going to cover this first two areas as one, because that first area has no weapons. I thought there might be a sneaky one, I looked around everywhere, unfortunately there isn't, so, that's whatever it is. So, this second area has quite a lot of weapons, it has one of each type at least. So first of all, next to this sign over here in this first thing, it might be not too obvious, but there's the AK-12 against the wall. It's a pretty good assault rifle. It has 14 a clip. It kind of, it's a very, average assault rifle. It does what it does. The second one is against this second hive. It's a Bulldog, an FPS-6 against the wall. 1500 again. The weapons in this area seem to be cheaper than their equivalents in other areas, even though they seem to be actually better in quite a lot of cases. So it's worth saying don't trade them in more expensive weapons just for the sake of it. Just against the wall, this bridge over there is actually a Panzerfaust. Also, I just found a grip in one of these things, so I'm going to put that on my pistol, or apparently not. So there's a Panzerfaust against the wall just over there, so that's pretty handy if you want launchers. I don't see a use for launchers just now, but that's just my little personal opinion. So the fourth weapon is against this wall over here, which is a Vepyr CRB. Again, it's a pretty nice weapon, but it's pretty average. It has 32 in a clip, and it kills pretty averagely. So yeah, that's that. Next is the MR28. It's $2,000, so back at 500 more than the other weapons. It's a marksman rifle that only has 8 in the clip, but they're pretty much sniper power rounds. So it's basically a sniper rifle with iron sights, even though it's not a sniper rifle. So yeah, the next weapon, this is one that I missed until very, very recently too. It's a VKS, it's actually just chilling on here on this sniper scope for some reason. It's a scoped sniper rifle, has 10 in the clip. It kills in one hit most of the time, so it's a better alternative to that if you want to save some money, and also just generally be like that. So up here is another area I didn't find until recently, and this actually has an SC-2010 against the wall. Again, $1,500, it's pretty nice. The SC-2010 is a pretty good weapon. I'd recommend the AK-12 over it, but that might be a personal preference thing. And yeah, that's almost all the weapons in this area. We just have one more, which is over by the motel over there, as you can see. There's actually a weapon just sneakily hidden over here. Well, not that sneakily, but there's a Vepyr, or Vapor, however you want to pronounce that, just over by these crates. So this is the first area, the motel / big lodge area. I don't know what to call it. So once you've destroyed the first big black barrier blockade, you enter the town, or at least that's what the achievements call it. And as you can see, why it's called a town. So this town has quite a few weapons again, one of each class, and it actually has an LMG, but I'll cover that in a second. So first of all, against the wall over here, SA-805, which is $500 more expensive. You don't actually see $500 more performance. I don't think so. Maybe it's just me deliberately not looking for it, but that's whatever it is. Then further down, you find the IA-2, another marksman rifle, except this is more of a marksman rifle. I'm using it right now, as you can see. It has 21 in a clip. It's pretty powerful, with not as powerful as the other one, but it kills in about 2 to 3 shots most of the time. Some stuff, obviously, like the Scorpions, take maybe 4 or 5, but it's still a pretty good weapon in my opinion. So yeah, that's that. If you climb up that thing, you'll find yourself the M27 IAR. It's a really old, looking weapon in terms of sights, but it's basically the M27, but MMG variant. $3,000 is not really that worth it, but it's 100 in a clip. If that's something you really, really like, then that's a great little thing right there. So that's the first LMG you want to buy, so if there's a chance for LMGs, that's probably the one you're going to be using. So over here there is the Bizon. Again, the Bizon's a really nice weapon, although I don't find too much utility in the SMGs for zombies, but that's, Extinction, that's just me. And yeah, that's that. So if you then climb up the ladder over in the corner over here, you'll notice there's a Kastet. If you want to know what the Kastet is, it is actually, it's a launcher that basically, it's basically like the Thumper, the China Lake, it's that type deal. Not the best thing in the world, but yeah. And just to quickly show you this is a laptop you can use to buy a chopper. It's not that obvious most of the time until you look at it. So yeah, that would be that. In this area, there are a couple more weapons, even though that might seem unlikely. There is the Bulldog against the wall over here. $2,500 for a shotgun, and it's not a very good shotgun. I really would recommend against buying the Bulldog. If you need to buy a shotgun, go back to the first area or something. It really only at last resort buy that. And over here we have the MSBJ-MC. It has a lot of recoil, but it does perform pretty well. So it's still not really worth using that much in my opinion. But it's there if you want to use it. Also, I didn't realise there was a corner there. But basically, yeah, that's all of the weapons in this area. And let's go on to the third area quickly. There's a lot of traps, by the way, but I'm not covering those right now. So in the third area, which is the cabin area, or the final, it's also the final area, as far as I can tell, because that's what it looks like right now. If it isn't, then I'll obviously update the description of what's in there. But basically, the third area, the cabin, this is where you start really, really getting swarmed and you need the best weapon you can find. This where it has a few less weapons, although it has a couple repeat weapons for some reason, but I'll go over those right now. So, first of all, I get just over by this cabin over here on the other side of it, there is an L115, so the second sniper rifle you can buy. This is a bolt action sniper rifle, so bear that in mind, although it's got power in exchange for the bolt action, but still, it's not something I think is personally worth it. I'll throw another holographic on the ground right there. Inside that area, I can't show you right now because there is a hive right there. There is a Panzerfaust, another attack chopper helicopter, so that's something worth noting if that's your deal. Just around the corner over here, there's another Bulldog, $2,500. Again, not worth it. I would strongly recommend against that weapon. Again, down here, there is another repeat weapon, the VKS, which is the semi-auto sniper from earlier. And for some reason, I don't know why, but this just seems to be the area of repeat weapons. Maybe they ran out of weapons they had, properly coded, or some just random reason like that. I can't think of any real, actual reasons. Finally, the last two weapons in this area, there is, again, I said it's slightly limited, are the Honey Badger, which is against the wall over here. It has a silencer on it, not that useful for Extinction, although it is a pretty decent weapon in general. And finally, the third weapon in this area, there is the big old chainsaw on the wall over here. This is a hip-fire only LMG. It does wreck everything, but you run really slow to it. So, that's if you're going to spend 3,000 on a weapon, spend it on that. Don't spend 2,500 on a Bulldog. Seriously, it's a smart investment right there. So yeah, that's all of the weapons in Call of Duty Ghosts Extinction mode, first point of contact map. I hope you have enjoyed the video. I hope one of these weapons was new to you and you hadn't seen them before, because that would be great. And if they're not, then I'm sorry about that. But impressive that you found them all by yourself, because I kept missing loads. Like, I bet there's a small chance I missed one already. I looked around pretty thoroughly, but not 100%. So yeah, like the video if you liked it. I'm doing lots of Extinction videos, so check the playlist, which there'll be a link to in the description if you want to see more. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.